JobPoint's mission is to work to assist our clients in growth with training, education, and partnerships with business. That can take on a lot of different ways of occurring, but we are serving people who in many cases have nowhere else to go. And there's no other community in the state of Missouri that has all the services that JobPoint has. Your dollars and your support are key to us supporting particularly the youth.
The biggest challenge we have is trying to get young people to understand they have to make choices, good choices, if they want to be successful. Everybody doesn't come here with a dream, and everybody doesn't come here willing to do stuff. Sometimes they're forced to come here, and therefore they won't accomplish much because they don't want to be here. So I think that when I talk to them, I want them to believe in themselves more than anything. I want them to know, even if you don't want to do nothing right now, get this and you already have it. Then you're able to make choices. Everybody doesn't stay that comes in, signs up to be here. If you're not ready, you're not ready. We'll be here when you get ready. But I do know this, that if we don't help youth get an education, a high school level of education, we lose them to the prison systems a lot, or we attend several programs.
We're catching people at a younger age where it's a chance to turn their life around and gives them hope and gives them opportunity that they otherwise would not have. So thank you very much for your support of these programs. Here's one of our classrooms, and the students come here, interact with the instructors, as you can see here, and work through daily routines, which no 2 days are alike.
We don't have like a class where, okay, everybody get your book out. That's not how that works here, because that's where they came from, and we already know they can't do that. So what we do here is we find out where they're at, how much work we gotta put in for them, with them to be successful. And then we try to guide them, let's get this done, let's get that done, so you can be successful and move on to your next arena.
The students for the AmeriCorps program work on their high set, which we used to call GED, 5 individual tests on 5 subjects. We have Aztec software that you'll help fund, that help do practice tests and help people work toward their goal of passing each test. We have a plan for each person. We test them when they first come in just to see what level they're at when they start. And then we work through from there with the Aztec software and each instructor and tutor, an individualized plan for each person, and work through on that basis. Another one of our classrooms. We work a lot on soft skills, and you can see some notes on the board here. I call this the injection of hope, the job-related training class. That's a week before they start their other programming. Helps them to see many of the people that come to us, most of the people that come to us have very significant barriers to education and employment, and this allows them to feel like they have a chance to make this work. And as we all know, as people attain more education on average, they're going to earn more money over their career and lifetime. And so the high set is a big step. In many cases, and I would argue most cases, the people that come to us, it's not from lack of intelligence that it hasn't worked for them in traditional high school, but rather it's just not a good fit. And they can be for a number of reasons, but they aren't going to succeed in traditional high school. But with an individualized plan, oftentimes it works for them and they are able to pass their high set, and we're seeing more cases all the time where they actually continue their education. This is our kitchen. We provide kind of a grab and go breakfast and then a hearty lunch And not to be overly dramatic, but for many, that's what they're going to eat for that day. So, and they won't be able to learn if they're hungry. So we get food from the food bank, and then we supplement that with other funds to assist them. But providing food for our students is a key to their success in the program.
A lot of the youth we get come in with issues, family issues, school issues, different types of issues, mental health issues, and we have the opportunity to connect them to services that help them grow. And our young man, Mr. Mortland, he came from Ashland, and he was very anxious. He had a lot going on in his life, and he was feeling really frustrated because he didn't know what to do. And the day he turned 18, we were like, okay, you're 18. You can go take your HiSET on your own or not. Just don't quit. And he said, really? I'm like, yes, sir. Because I know you need to work. Work was a big deal to him because that's how he was surviving. And so one day in the hallway, I just told him, let's just get the HiSET done. You can do the work component, and you get paid while you go to work training. And he took it and ran with it. He took a HiSET. A lot of people might say, well, he should have stayed in high school. But this is a young man who's all his scores when he took his HiSET was college ready. He already had the information. It was just like felt like he was tied down. I'm not saying I don't want to see people graduate from high school, but maybe school is not for everyone. And he was one of those people that needed to move on. And he needed to move on quick because things were not good in his situation. And he did it. He didn't back down from any labor, anything that the highway heavy construction teacher was teaching him. He did. He did it all. He took his certificates, he passed them all. It wasn't like he had to take a test 10 times. But I always thought he wouldn't get any sleep because he looked like he was sleepy all the time. But I also learned, he had some stressors. And stressors make you feel a certain kind of way, tired and wore out. I know that for a fact. It can feel like you haven't had any rest because of stress in your life. And he was in that place. And I was really concerned about him, especially after a couple weeks, and I realized that there was a whole bunch more going on. And when you first meet people, they don't want to tell you their business. So he didn't really share at first, but you could see something wasn't right. And then we just started giving him tools. He started taking them, and then he came to the point of frustration. And it was like, okay, you have options. You're 18, here's your options. Go for it. And he took it and ran. So people don't understand that when people get stressed out and you get angry, we make bad choices. And he'd already did some bad choices driving. So I know that if we didn't get him to a place where he could be okay, we would lose him. Probably in more ways than one. You can't walk around. A lot of people think when you're young, it's all good. You don't have to. But that's not true. When you live in bad situations, we get a lot of youth who live in bad situations. And this is a person who did not even do drugs or anything. He don't get high. He's not I go get drunk kind of young man. He wasn't doing none of that. He took a physical, he's clean, he don't have none of that. And completely stressed out. The day he passed the CDL, that was probably very exciting for me. And if he got a CDL, you're not gonna stop him. You know what I'm saying? He's not ever gonna be hungry again. He's gonna make his money because we gave him everything he needed to work independently. He was college ready already, and he did it. He had all his certificates and moved on. And because he had a work ethic already, he was able to secure a job, a permanent job. He's not making $10 or $12 an hour. He's making $16, $17 an hour so he can live. And looking at a promotion and a raise, because he has skills. So what we do here is that. We get them connected, and hopefully they'll be successful.